And it's Spaceriffic Reviews, and it's back! It's a video! After so long being away from the videos, we should probably do something prestige, something epic, something loved by everyone. Let's talk about Resident Evil Extinction 3D.
It's Resident Evil Afterlife.
Resident Evil Afterlife, yes, or as I like to call it, Resident Evil Afterthought, because, like the previous 3 films, I don't know, I'm tired at this point. I get what these movies are about. They're mindless fun. They're about aliens, and they're about shooting them.
I think they're about zombies.
Zombies, monsters, things. I did see this, honestly, folks. But...
Did you?
Yes, I did. I really did, and in this one, now the main character... Is it Allison? What's that her name? What is her name?
You want me to tell you? Want me?
No, sure, why not?
For the 4th film, the main protagonist is Alice. Of the previous ones.
I was close.
Superhuman powers in the other one, and those don't last long in the new movie, but she's basically still taking on the evil bastard company Umbrella Corporation and their cool logo from the previous films and the video games.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fans of the games give the movies crap for not following the games, which I find kind of funny because the games are just as basically as one-dimensional as the movies are. It's evil, stupid corporation. There are zombies. They aren't very deep. And there are highlights for this for fans of the games, I guess, because the bad guy is from the game.
Yeah, the bad guy is from the game, that big axe-wielding...
Well, and the other dude, too, that Wesker is the bad guy from the game.
Yeah.
He's the head honcho of Umbrella. I don't know. I played I played 2 of the games, I think. The good one, which ironically has nothing to do with the entire game franchise, which is Resident Evil 4.
Well, actually, I think that was kind of a semi-sequel to Resident Evil 2. I mean... Even the game chronologically is messed up. 1 came out, then 2 was a different character, then 3 was a continuation of 1, and then 4 was a continuation of 2, and Resident Evil Chapter 0 was before the first...
You're on this. Did you play the game?
Yes!
I didn't know that.
I'm tired. It's like I've gone through 4 of these movies now. They're not getting any better.
You actually watched the other ones? Like, sat down and...
Yes.
Made yourself a cup of tea and watched them?
Yes, although I do admit that I didn't finish 3 because I got so bored of the whole thing. And here's the thing: now that the movie's in IMAX 3D, was the 3D showing and stuff, the IMAX ticket costs a lot more money than the typical theater ticket. So if I could sum this movie up, it would pretty much be that this movie sucks just as much as the last 3, except now it costs twice as much money to see.
It was prettier. I'll put it like this. The way I thought of it is, I like the Resident Evil movies in the same way that I like the TV show Castle, which is the show that has Nathan Fillion from Firefly. It's like, it's a good way to spend time with the person that's in it, but it's not really the way you want to. Like, it's like, I'm okay with Mila Jovovich kicking everyone's ass, but I wish she was doing it in a better film. If you're going for straight-up action heroes, and I realize this for a lot of stuff, like, say, The Expendables, that has gotten almost universally negative reviews, and it's got almost universal praise from everyone that saw it because you like crappy action movies based on who is in them. You will enjoy a movie with Bruce Willis because you like Bruce Willis, even if the movie sucks, because you just want to see him kick everyone's ass.
Yeah.
For this one, of the 4 of them that were made, the way that... Resident Evil is an actual zombie movie. Like, the first one is a relatively decent zombie movie. It's small, it works. The other 2 were... just sort of insane action movies, and I always kind of just enjoyed them because they just went the hell off the deep end of they didn't make much sense, but damn they moved fast and they just blew a bunch of shit up. So I'm like, that's fine. It's an okay way to waste time. This one actually was slower than the other ones, and that's why I was kind of concerned with it. It started really big, with a big old explosion-filled opening, and then they kind of slowed down for a good 45 minutes, and it seemed like they were tinkering with their damn camera the whole time. That's what it seemed like, that they were spending so much time with James Cameron's camera that the movie was not moving as it should. And
yeah, it was moving in slow motion like a lot. Like, boy, I have to apologize almost to Zack Snyder for criticizing him for all the slow-moving scenes in the Watchmen and 300 movie, because it's like, I'm sorry, Zack. At least you timed it. This movie, it's like there was slow motion so much that it's like the movie actually slowed down 2 ways, if you think about it.
Well, one of the things that actually kind of bugged me about it, and was that the advertising for the film actually used all the parts of the movie that were in the movie that were interesting. And I don't know of too many movies that outright do that for the advertisements. I found that really bizarre because most of that damn fight scene with the big dude was in the advertisements. And that was cool in the movie only because it had no context. That's why I actually really liked that part.
It didn't have any context.
I thought that was funny as hell because for the previous films, they just sort of don't make sense. They just move. And I'm okay with that. And this one stopped that.
I don't know, I never saw the advertisements, and I walked in kind of assuming it would be this and that, and because I'd seen the last 3 movies, it was exactly that. I mean, this was almost, I'm going to dub it, Iron Man syndrome, where it's like, yeah, this is no more or less than the last one, and that's horribly disappointing, particularly since this is the 4th
How is it
installment.
disappointing if you don't like any of them, though?
Because I'm hoping I will like one of them eventually. Like, they start getting to a point where it's like, okay, can't you learn from one thing and make this just
How
halfway
many franchises can you name that do that, though? Where you were like, I didn't like the first 3, but number 4 was badass. Like,
You know,
I don't know if there is one.
I'm going to hate myself for saying this, but I despise the first 2 Twilights, and the third one was actually not too bad, and I didn't pass it, but it came so close to being a good movie, so at least they were trying to improve it.
Interesting.
And yeah, folks, I know I'm going to hate myself for saying that, but it's true.
I like lots of sophisticated films. I've watched all kinds of foreign films, Kurosawa films, silent films. I'm waiting for the Metropolis Blu-ray, like all this stuff. But I'm okay with stupid shit. I like that sometimes.
As long as it's fun, I guess. But I mean, yeah, I don't think these movies were ever fun. They certainly moved, but they were always too violent to be fun, and they were too dumb to be taken seriously. So ironically, after all this criticism I've just heaped at it, I'm going to give it 2 stars if you happen to see it in the IMAX 3D, where it actually does look a lot more polished. However, you might want to whittle that down to 1 if it comes to DVD, because I suspect without the flash, it's exactly the same as the last 3, and that's about where I sit with those ones.
Yeah.
So, but for the purpose of this review, assuming that people are watching this review and it's still in the IMAX, it's 2 stars.
Oh, I was gonna go with I found the movie to be disappointing in the sense that it was slower than the other ones, and that all of the neat parts. I think that there were some very good visual moments in the movie with that big dude, and at the end, even though that was a lot in the advertisements and it was kind of stupid sometimes with the Wesker movie. There were a couple of moments with him. I really did think that the 3D worked really well, but overall, I was only going to say it was about 2.5 stars.
Oh, wow.
I don't hold the other ones in any sort of amazing regard. I just give them a pass.
But shoot, we actually came close on agreeing to this one.
I wanted to like it. You were.
Yeah.
I wanted to. I just couldn't.